Hello guys, Nexas here, and welcome back to Destiny 2. And in today's video, guys, we are here with more Season of the Revenant gear to go over. What we're going to be looking at today is going to be the return, guys, of one of the most goated weapons that only came out for basically a season before it got sunset and stuff. I know sunset is not a thing anymore, but that's what happened to these weapons. And it is going to, of course, be the old school Season of the Splicer ignition code grenade launcher itself. Now this thing, oh, it's beastly. It is so juicy, mainly because it is like one of these sort of one barrel grenade launchers that actually came with slide shot. Now I know there's a lot more in the game now that can actually kind of roll sideways and everything, but slide shot GLs were really rare. And actually, when I say rare, this was the only one at the time that you can kind of get it going on. And it used to be so good for like DPS rotations. It used to be so good just for generally just sliding, just double tapping or whatever. PvP, if you got enough ammo back in the day with ammo economy, you can legit just keep shooting slide and shoot slide, shoot slide. It was actually really dope. But the ignition code, it has come back for Season of Revenant, and you can kind of see all the roles on the screen right now. So you got basically all the old roles that you used to have in terms of sideways or slide shot. Has the frenzy, it's got that vorpal roll too. It does have the new reverberation perk, which isn't too bad, but I will say that I just think honestly slide shot and frenzy or slide shot vorpal is just gonna be the best perks to kind of get. You can see on this particular one as well, it is gonna have disorientating grenades. So if you get like disorientating slide shot vorpal or something, I'm telling you, the freaking S tier weapon that this will be in PvE, it's gonna be absolutely nuts. Do any sort of seasonal activities from the engrams or whatnot, and you can get yourself a ignition code to try to drop. On side is where I got mine from, but it's gonna be absolute pure RNG as well. So if you get unlucky to get your rolls, yeah, there's not much you can really do. There's no crafting or anything. You've got to farm for this. I didn't even mention this does have the Splicer Surge Ardent trait as well. Reloading this weapon after dealing damage grants the weapon a stacking reload speed and handling bonus until stowed. Actually not too bad. Slide shot kind of counterintuitively or counters this, but it means if you want to throw on something else here instead of slide shot, maybe more frenzy and something else here then as well, it's going to be an absolute freaking banger PvE. So without further ado, let's go into PvE with the ignition code. Alrighty, start with the PvE side of things, of course, with the little ignition code I could. And this is where it's gonna be so beautiful, especially with the blinding nades. I mean, oh, it's gonna be so freaking juicy. I mean, I just think that these sorts of grenade launchers, they do really well with the slide shot, of course. And I know that you can't get the liturgy. I kind of actually did a review on it yesterday, so I know people are gonna hit me with that. Oh, I got the liturgy, it's like just as good. Don't get me wrong, it is gonna be really good. In fact, it is stasis is gonna go really well with certain builds. But what I will kind of say about the ignition code is that the damage that this one can do is really nice, like in terms of impact damage and everything. You can kind of see with the rapid impacts and a Splicer Surge too, you get a decent amount of reload as well. But this one actually gets some kind of increasing damage perks. Like the vorpal sort of roll is actually going to be so nice. You can't get that on liturgy. And as I said, being able to do this with the slide shot and everything is just so much fun. Oh man, if you actually have decent ammo economy or you're speccing into special ammo, you can see how freaking nasty this could be. Like you can see with the blinding grenades, I'm just constantly flashing things, just sliding around the place. There's nothing they can actually do. Just get absolute blast every time I go and get these guys. And the blast damage isn't bad either now. I just full freaking blinded myself. But the damage you can do or the blast radius on this, it's obviously kind of low, but if you get a group of enemies like this, you can kind of see it still does absolute work PvE. So I'm telling you, with the good oh, that is a freaking big boy, boys. I don't have, oh, I've got this actually. But yeah, with the kind of rolls you can get on this, I definitely will say that it's gonna be one to kind of have a look at. I think that the right, oh, we stun him. But in the right build and everything, you're gonna do absolute work with this sort of grenade launcher. And guys, the king is back. I mean, the old school slide shotty king, it's freaking back. I will definitely say though that because it is kinetic, a lot of people might not like it as much because it doesn't really synergize too well with a lot of different builds. But the way I kind of look at this grenade launcher is that it's good for ag clear, one thing, yeah, but I mainly look at this as more of a DPS sort of dealer. So maybe not as good as Mountaintop in terms of like pure absolute DPS, but the fact you can get slide shot on it and it's kinetic and I can absolutely rail things like this with the vorpal or the frenzy. I have frenzy going, which is basically vorpal, but in combat I've got it for everything, not just the freaking bosses. But yeah, with vorpal and frenzy kind of being able to roll on it as well, it just gives it a little bit of extra spice compared to some other freaking weapons. As I said, Mountaintop of course is goated, don't get me wrong, but there's something about the ignition code. It's just so nice to do things like this. Now I just keep whiffing at this. But it's so nice to just be able to slide around the place and absolutely blast things. I just think generally in grenade launch this season, they're going to do really well anyway. Like you see someone's actually going in with a lost signal there. You got things like lost signal though for a kind of ag clear and everything like that. If you want to, you can go in with, I said, that liturgy sort of roll too. But I just kind of liked how this feels and everything, as I said, with of course the splicer. Oh, with all the mods this season, and my mom was doing the freaking moonwalk. Well, yeah, with of course the mods this season and just in general, the blinding nades and whatnot, I just think that the ignition code, it's definitely going to be worth picking up some rolls of, especially if you used to like the weapon before, guys, because it's basically come back in all of its freaking glory. And this is definitely for people who didn't get to freaking, what's it called, get this weapon when it first came out, because obviously you just missed out on, well, FOMO, basically. Splicer weapons were freaking insane, and like loads of people missed out on them because they were just only here for a couple of seconds. But if you did miss out on this weapon, now you can get your hands on it. Actually, it's so dope. You can kind of see, I basically, with ammo, like kind of bouncing everywhere. I haven't really had to like freaking just stop shooting apart from now. I've legit just been running around, sliding all over the place. So if you get some good ammo kind of going, you will do absolute work with this grenade launcher. That's some screams. Don't worry, buddy. I got your back, Jack. And oh, that's a big boy. Oh, my freaking turret. The guys, let him run into my freaking splicer turret, or else I'll do this real quick. Where you ass at, buddy? Where your ass at? There we go. Look at that, guys. Freaking lances for days. But yeah, I just think my favorite thing about the weapon is that... Oh, pick this up real quick. I just think my favorite thing about the weapon, though, is that it basically it reminds me of course, when it first came out and everything with the slide shot. I know you can, of course, get slide shot on like a bunch of other weapons. You see actually how fast the reload is as well. But I know you can get slide shot on a bunch of new grenade launchers and everything like that. Like, this isn't the only one anymore. So it's not that unique in that sense anymore. But it still does give me that freaking reminder of what it used to be like. And oh, there's big boys coming. Oh, there's some big boys coming. But yeah, it definitely reminds me of what this used to be like and everything, and why it was so freaking dope back in the day. And as I said, I would definitely be looking at getting some rolls of this in terms of maybe being a kinetic sort of slide shot grenade launcher. I mean, if they ever do make freaking kinetic grenade launchers, great. I know mountaintop is there, but oh, we don't die, thank God. Oh my. Okay, you do die. I just slid off. The perils of using slide shot with the grenade launcher. Oh my good God. I just think if you're going to be getting rolls, or you're going to be doing the seasonal content anyway, you'll probably be getting some rolls of this. I definitely just make sure you look at them and don't just insta dismantle, because it is really freaking dope, this grenade launcher. I think it's like one of the best in the game, to be honest, just for slide shot in general. Alrighty, final boss time, of course, with their ignition code. And this is where it gets real spicy. Not in these guys, because these are plebs. But this is where it can get spicy with the vorpal weapons and whatnot. So basically, you just kind of go like this. You shoot, slide, shoot, slide, shoot, slide, shoot. It's so dope. You can use so much ammo. I have like boosters on or something, so that's why I'm freaking flying so freaking far. But if you have, like, obviously, I've got the frenzy kind of gone, so I'm getting the 15%. If I had the spike grenade roll on as well, I'd be doing even more work and everything like that. That's like the beauty of it. And that's why it's really special. Throw Radiant on us to give you a little bit more of a boost. But this used to be really dope back in, of course, the Splicer days, where if you really wanted to, or even after Splicer, when it was, well, obviously I still have my roll. I know a lot of people are probably pissed because they never got the roll, but in certain DPS phases where you can be mobile, this was just so dope, because you can just snitch, just keep doing that. Slide shoot, slide shoot. I just think the ignition code, it's such a dope ass grenade launcher. I'm so happy it's back. It might have been power crept a little bit compared to some other grenade launchers in the game, like obviously Mountaintop and the new, of course, the Liturgy. But I still do think ignition code has a place in my heart. It's absolutely freaking dope. Well, that is it for me, and of course, the ignition code weapon itself. As I said, this just gives me such good feelings for when it first came out and everything. It's still pretty god tier. I think slide shot grenade launchers like they use with the one bar or with the one magazine, they're always so dope, even compared to things like reconstruction sort of weapons or whatever. Overflow in the magazine is great with like Mountaintop. It is nice to have 2 shots, but that slide shot, you're basically guaranteed to get your shot back after you slide or shoot. It's so dope for DPS phases, especially if you think of the new Vesper dungeon. You have to run around a bunch, being able to just slide across like obviously the DPS phase and just being able to shoot again. It's really dope. If freaking Mountaintop had slide shot, I'm telling you right now, it would be absolutely freaking insane. But this will be like your next best thing. I know Liturgy is there as well. That's a twin fire, which they can do damage, but of course one shot could miss and everything. No real vorpals or frenzy rolls. Desperate Measures is there, but you got to activate that with obviously kills and melees. This is just one of the best kind of like DPS sort of kinetics you can get. Mountaintop, as I said, it is there, and with the mods you reload pretty much instantly, so it's not too much different than slide shot. But I will say, for convenience sake, slide shot freaking grenade launcher ignition code, this thing is really dope. I would definitely be trying to get some rolls. I think slide shot's probably the most S tier perk here, and then you got vorpal or frenzy or maybe something else you want to kind of go for. But ignition code itself, absolute freaking banger. I will say it actually works out well with this splicer surge. This thing has come back and it's better than ever. This thing's an absolute freaking beast, especially if you guys missed it back in season of Splicer and then it got freaking FOMO'd. 100% try to get your hands on it, because ignition code, it's my baby. It's legit still one of the best grenade launchers in the game. But regardless, if you like the video, trust like, anyway, support content, subscribe for fantastic day, and hopefully I'll see you in the next collective in the next one.